Liandre got te juice.
Today, we're breaking down a huge defensive matchup. It's Wommack against Venables, two of the best in the business. This is going to be a war. Today, we're breaking down a huge defensive matchup. It's Wommack against Venables, two of the best in the business. This is going to be a war.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community. And also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Let's go, AAA family. What's good? We back for another one. I feel like I just saw y'all. But you know what? It's always a blessing to see y'all, man. That means we are standing amongst the living. You know, as cruel as this world is, it is great to be able to share space amongst people who share same interests with you. What's up, AAA family? I'm your boy Coach Smook here on the Coach Smook Network, ready to get into the conversation tonight, man. We had post-practice interviews earlier, post-practice pressers. Coach Wommack, Coach Grubb, Jeremy Bernard, Parker Brailsford, no, not Parker, Caden Proctor, Ray Hubbard, and who was the other? Jesus, Tim Keenan. No, that was yesterday. Who was the other one, chat? I forgot. Lord have mercy. Forgive my brain. We've been running 1,000 miles an hour today. If y'all haven't seen it, man, we just secured a new partnership once again. Y'all will see the official announcement January 1st. We're coming into the new year with some banging news here for the Coach Smook Network. Hey, Jordan, we're going to change it to this layout here tonight for the night show. And I think we're going to go black. Chat, what y'all think? Y'all want to go dark color tonight? Let's go dark. Let's go black tonight. I like that. That look pretty good. And I forgot to change my background. The sun went down. I know it's only 6:30. You know, we used to the sun being up, but we got to go to the night show background. Hold on. Let's get it right, chat. Let your boy get right. Lord have mercy. There it is. Y'all see how quick, that's how quick the sun go down for real in real life, don't it? When that daylight savings time hit, that's how quick the sun go down. We got to make sure the graphics is straight, man. Y'all know how we like to do, man. I like to keep y'all entertained, keep y'all locked in. You like that intro? That AI Smook is crazy, ain't he? I said it, he almost sound like me, but that's a lot of work we put in on a lot of editing software and stuff. So we're just stacking, trying to give you all the best quality content. You guys donate daily. You guys, you give subscriptions. You direct donate. This is what it's producing, It's not free. It's not free to do that extra stuff. Y'all love the extra entertainment value that we bring with the information that we present. So, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for enjoying that part of what we do, man. Yeah, I had to change that light. Y'all see the difference in the light and the hands look a little bit more realistic. But appreciate y'all. Roll Tide, everybody in the chat, man. We here ready to talk some football, man. Phone line's going to be open at the 45-minute mark. Jordan, we got to find that banner, too. Got to start putting that thing up. A lot of people appreciate us telling them to go ahead and fast forward to the 15-minute mark on the Coach Smook Network. If you watching it post live, go ahead and fast forward to the 15-minute mark. That's where the conversation began. But while we're here, we're gonna go ahead and do our roll call, man. Let's get some love in the chat for everybody that's showing up. Jordan, you got the applause. I got the wheels, man. Let's go. We're gonna go to the top. Shout out to my guy Frank Wright coming in before the screen went off today. Showing his excitement. I'm sorry, y'all. Showing his excitement for the new wide receiver hire. Caught me off guard. I'm not going to sit here and act like I had any inside scoop on it. But knowing that Derek Nix was interviewing for the Florida job last week, that should have been, one of our direct targets. And one thing about it is we're familiar with Derek Nix. Competed against in the SEC when you talking about as far as pulling wide receiver talent from a lot of the pipeline states, Louisiana, Florida, Alabama, Texas, Georgia, the Southeast Tennessee area. You're going to get your 1 in a millions up there, your 1 in 10s up there in the Northeast, right? Getting out and then having Caleb DeBoer and his staff's connection on the West Coast. Derek Nix is going to be able to abuse this pipeline and recruit, and I think it's about to flip for him as far as his value as a wide receiver coach and developer. And then he brings the play calling experience along with him, being the former assistant OC at Auburn recently. So huge hire. Appreciate you for tapping in today, man. Make sure y'all go check out Twitter. We've been in the conversation already. What's up, Dougie Fresh? Good to see you in the chat. Roll Tide, my brother. 4K by the end of the night. It looks like it, man. Streamlab Shop. I don't know what that is. Stream Hub. What's good? I don't know what that is. We'll be checking in from Kick. Appreciate the love. Tapping in. What's up, Kyle? What's up, man? Roll Tide. My boy Anointed Gaming said AI Smook. We had Anointed Gaming on the line earlier, y'all. Give it up for that guy, man. That boy pulled it up. He said, man, y'all just be so hard. I mean, yeah, we got to be hard on everybody. Got to make sure you straight, though. You solid, though. You solid. At least you called in. Ballard Sports is in the building. Ballard Sports Media. Make sure y'all go check him out, man. This man ain't even been able to grind, man. I'm jealous of your growth, man. You've been, and not in a bad way. I'm just proud of the work you continue to put out, man. You ain't even able to dedicate as much time, and your product is still quality, bro. So keep pushing, bro. I'm rocking with you. Whenever you ready to jump on and be, grace us with your presence, man, we down to have you, especially on the phone lines. We miss you on the phone lines, Ballard. Check us out, man. What's up, Sully Roll Tide? He's responsible for AJ Brown and DK Metcalf. He was there. He definitely was a part of their development, 100%. Bama boy, what's up, man? Roll Tide. What's good, Greg? Good to see you, Roll Tide. The Kinesis is in the building. Caden Park. Great interviews today, yeah, for the most part, for the coordinators. I thought the media did a good job asking those questions. Good evening, everyone. Jesus loves you, and I love you, Roll Tide. Roll, I love you too, Kobe, even though you were sounding real fair-weather earlier. What up? Glenn Teague is in the building. What's good, man? Erica Calhoun is in the building. There go my Erica. Y'all know that she hold a special place in my heart, y'all. That's my That's my homie right there, dog. We ride or die, Erica. Shout out to my sister Erica for popping in. Sounds like we are trying to get Cam. Ain't no trying to, but it's gonna be hard to get that young man to leave Auburn, man. It's gonna be, and I know Nix, if anybody could do it, Derek Nix can. That's a huge pickup for us. He was part of the reason why Ryan Williams was even considering, going to the portal and going to Auburn. That was a real conversation. So I'm looking at it. Put me in the game. What's up, Fred Harris? Good to see you. Roll Tide, roll. Paleo, what's good? Roll Tide. Shrimp, what's good, sis? Roll Tide. She up in VA in Maryland. Roll Tide and rolling with her brother. I heard Nix is a great recruiter. Oh, 100%. Look at what he was able to do with Uno and Cam, and had Dalen Upshaw right there out of Central Phoenix City. A lot of in-state talent go to and check this guy out. Yo, my name is Jalen Cornwell or Jalen Wardlow from Nashville, Tennessee to Bowling Green, Kentucky. Alabama is my dream school. Happens to, though, right? SMH Roll Doggone Tide. Hey, Roll Tide, man. Don't ever stop pushing, my guy. Don't stop pushing. Don't stop grinding. Alabama might not be part of your destiny. Don't limit yourself. It's more than Bama, and I love Bama. I tell players that come to Bama all the time, it's more than Bama. What's up, Levi Chick, Dalton Smith, everybody over there on TikTok? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. But yeah, JC, man, make sure you keep grinding, man. Jalen Cornwell or Jalen Wardlow. Pick one, man. You got to pick one. Is it Cornwell or Wardlow? Which one? I'm just playing with you, man. Roll Tide, everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Ashley, that's my shrimp right there, y'all. Appreciate you for pulling up. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. We're going to continue to transition into the show on tonight, man. I got a few topics I want to talk about, and we know, everybody knows, Alabama, Oklahoma, playoff game round 1. After being away from the playoffs for what? A year away from the playoffs. Seems like it's been almost 2 years, right? Since we've been in the playoffs after losing to Michigan and put us out of the playoffs last time we were in, then losing to them in the bowl game last year. Got a lot to talk about, man, just on the defensive side. This is going to be a clash of titans tonight, this Friday. I think it's going to be a clash of titans. But I think Alabama is set up to do some special things based off of some opportunities that the defense probably didn't capitalize on last time we saw them in Tuscaloosa. Now, we know that we've been having a lot of conversations surrounding the offense's, lack of production. But one consistent that's been with this team this year, this season, right, has been the progression on the defense and as far as the production, and the 2 games that we lost, and we hear the narrative, the 2 games that Alabama has lost has been the 2 games that Alabama has not been able to create turnovers, right? Created some negative plays, but not able to create turnovers, right? Offense struggling. You got to be able to create turnovers, give the offense a few more opportunities. As much as we want the offense to be efficient, it has not shown up and been consistent for us yet. So how do you fix that? You create extra momentum with the defense, and the defense has shown where they can create game-changing plays. They did it at the Iron Bowl. They did it against Missouri, Vanderbilt, Georgia. Every big game this season, minus Florida State, every big game, the defense has shown up and was able to create turnovers. So, and minus the Georgia game, almost had opportunities, and the defense played immaculate in the Georgia game. Our offense just put them in bad position. And that question was a recurring question too during today's media availability. So here at the 15-minute mark, man, we appreciate y'all for tapping in. Let's get into the conversation here on the Coach Smook Network. Somebody type it in the chat right now. Somebody say it. Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's do it, chat.
You talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips?
The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
I'm not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just feeling sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Let's get it, chat. Hey, I just want to take a second. Let's try to get this B-roll footage pulled up the right way. Appreciate y'all, so we can have some on the screen while we talking about our Alabama Crimson Tide. Hey, I want to tell y'all something real quick before we start breaking down the defense. This is a matchup I think is favorable for Alabama in this moment. I know we have our offensive struggles, Alabama, the offense on Alabama struggles, but I think the defense has thrived on the road. It's something about when it's one thing to have a struggling offense on the road, right? You're already, the pressure's already mounted up against you, so you're already playing tense. Your execution
it's going to be real tight. You're going to be real minimal in what you adjust and try to do just to try to establish any type of rhythm on the road. But it's another type of pressure when you're at home as an offense and your defense is able to create opportunities. Alabama experienced that the Oklahoma game, right? All of the wasted opportunities on offense after the defense stepped up and created a lot of scoring opportunities to give up 6 points for their defense to gain 6 points for their team, right? And for us to be put in a situation where we only give up one scoring touchdown, and that was a John Mateer run that was set up by, poor field position on his turnover. Like, this defense is coming in with a lot of confidence. Now, you can definitely expect Arbuckle, the offensive coordinator for Oklahoma, you can expect him to have some adjustments and things made. But I think this defense right here has seen enough and all these different multiple sets of pistol formations and 12 personnel, 11 personnel, 13 personnel being utilized to create space laterally, out in the boundary. We've seen all of those different types of offenses. And if there's a defense in college football right now that's more conditioned for any wrinkles or shuffles that struggling offense may be able to present, and they've had a few more weeks to prepare for this first round game, right about 3 weeks. Alabama's sitting at 2 weeks, had the SEC championship game, had to take some days off. So about 7 or 8 legit practices, right, where they're able to prepare and add on to some of the things that they had to, build on from the first matchup. So I look at the matchup defensively, and the first topic I want to talk about is, let me pull up my notes. I'm not going to go off the hip tonight. I'm going to try to stay organized. I've been watching my big bro Josh, man. He be doing his thing. So I don't have no paper. That ain't my cup of tea. I don't like writing stuff. So I got my notes back here. So let's talk about Alabama's defense in 2025 compared to 2024. Alabama's defense last year, came in. I think the overall efficiency stats, the first 6 games of the season were 72nd was top, overall defense rating. In the last 6 weeks of the season, you saw them enter the top 50, right at, I think 33 was where the defense finished overall defensive rankings. You look at where they started this season, right there at 42, 48 after the Florida State game. Georgia game kind of hurt them. That's within the first 6 weeks. And then once again, the same trend under Kane Wommack. You see the defense just progressively get better. The deeper in the conference play, the more road games you see this team, go on, the defense continue to show up and actually has outperformed and been the reason why the team has been in position to win a lot of these games, a lot of these matchups. So I look at the progression and the development under Kane Wommack's defense, vision coverage back in, getting guys set in depths and allowing them to, read the quarterback's eyes based off of the flow of the pass route or the run reads, you're getting your cues or your keys from your guards, the way they pull the tackle moving. All of these things are done because of how you your pre-snap alignment with your defense. And a lot of times we found ourselves in unbalanced pre-snap alignments, and those are the plays where we see plays made, because of the vision to be able to attack at a different angle, what is it? I forget the terminology, but being able to get the same results from different angles is a facet that a lot of defensive coordinators in today's game, especially at the collegiate level, you see a lot of defensive coordinators trying to utilize, an extra defensive back or extra linebacker, lighten up the box, but have reliable space tackling guys that can get out in space and disrupt plays on the extension of the run game. Or strong outside zone run teams or toss sweep type teams that want to get to the perimeter. I think what Oklahoma is going to do, because they had such success with the QB zone read, sending Mateer up the middle, letting him decipher some of that traffic, some of that mess in the trenches, and kind of just leaning through and sneaking through a hole and squirting through. I think one thing that we're going to see different from Oklahoma, they will try to attack us on the perimeter. They saw in the SEC championship where Georgia tried to do the same thing. And early on, we saw success, but the more possessions that Georgia got, they saw success being able to bounce the ball to the outside. So maybe they will play the jab game, try to keep our defense on the field, and maybe they'll slow the game down and try to get us going left and right early in the game, even if it's not producing any explosives, right? And I do believe Arbuckle will take his shots. It's not in his DNA to not take the shots over top, but look for that to happen. But as far as the growth of the defense under Kane Wommack, statistically, this is the biggest progression or leap as far as progression we've seen at Alabama defensively, statistic-wise, in all your major categories. We're talking about turnovers, right? Sacks, pressures on quarterback. All of these things have went up. And you last year, overall, leading your overall defensive efficiency stats or your rankings to be 30-30 at the end of the year. Right now, Alabama is number 9 in the country. So we're sitting at a good rate right now as far as production. Going against an offense that's struggling. So how do we capitalize on that? Jordan, you back there? We need some banners, man. How do we capitalize? What do we see? What are some similarities that we saw in the first matchup with Alabama's defense and Oklahoma's defense? Now, the numbers won't show the pressures on the quarterback as effective, but if you look at how Alabama's defense was bend but don't break mentality with a lot of the pull downs that Mateer just capitalized on, something that our offense wasn't able to do. The quarterback's legs in the run game, or even in the pass game, making the safeties come up and press gaps that we call them mirror gaps, right? Because of his patience and the way that the offensive line on the interior is able to kind of just hold things up, you have to have that second level support. So one thing that we see from Brent Venables is that he doesn't mind crowding the box, right? He's going to crowd the box, and I want to say 74% of the snaps, every pre-snap alignment is going to give you some type of pressure check. I look at what Kane Wommack does. Kane Wommack does the exact opposite. He'll pre-snap and he'll have them aligned in base, right? They get a shift, he'll shift the line, and then on cadence he'll start to adjust into I think if we take the Oklahoma approach, right? If you take that Oklahoma approach, pre-snap, show pressure, most of the times you can speed up and disrupt the already struggling quarterback in John Mateer, right? An offensive line that hasn't done well with 6-man pressures. Doing better in the run game, though. I will tell you, Oklahoma has been able to kind of rely on their run game a lot more. That's been able to pull some pressure off of the passing game. Still haven't seen them in a competition yet that has truly tested them since our matchup. So, got a lot of questions and answers for them. But defensively, if we adapt some of those same concepts or pre-snap stats, I think we can see a lot more production. I want to ask this question into the chat, and I'm gonna put it in the and I'm trying to move along here so we don't go over our time. I want to have the phone lines open here in about 8 minutes. So Jordan, help me stay ahead of it. And I want to thank y'all for continuing to subscribe, man. I'm not even gonna say the number, but we just hit another goal. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. But thank y'all for y'all support, man. 100%. AAA family. If you're not a member of the family, think about becoming a member, man. I'm telling you, we're doing some special things. We've been a lot more active with our members only's content. So think about joining and becoming a member. It's the cheapest you're going to get out there. I see a lot of people getting mad that people are starting to spread the word about the Coach Smook Network. Something must be happening. We must be on top of things. Maybe we're doing something right. Maybe we are putting in work. Maybe we have earned a lot of respect in the industry, and people want to, feed us crumbs because we know how to make a crumb into a 4-course meal. That's what happens when you make the little much. Blessed hands can handle the little and make it become much. That's what God did. That's what Jesus did when he walked earth. He handled the little and made it become much. None of those guys that he brought to walk with him were well-known people. They were normal people like me and you. And he walked with them. He kept them close. So that's what we do. We take the crumbs, take the little, and we allow God to make it much. Roll Tide Chastity over there. Y'all, I can't wait to make this announcement. Get used to seeing her face when it comes to Alabama recruiting or recruiting in general. Scouting, recruiting, breakdowns, all that stuff. Get used to seeing this young lady's face. I'm telling y'all right now. Power move on the way. Tell them, Chastity, Roll Tide. You can tap in on Twitter. Twitter's tapping in. TikTok, what y'all got to say over there before we continue into our next topic of conversation? Let me get this B-roll off the screen real quick. What Twitter got to say? We got Twitter tapping in with Gibbs. Y'all coming in, man. Listen, my mods on Twitter, they do they doggone thing. I appreciate y'all 100%. We got a total, what's that? 30 gifted from 30 gifts from my boy Big Homie. And then Brent came in with the heart and with the Go Poplars, with the roses, checking out the daily missions on TikTok. If y'all are TikTok users, we do stream our live shows on TikTok. I wouldn't mind y'all going in, checking in and doing your daily missions and helping us grow on TikTok too. We almost at 5K on TikTok too. So we just on all platforms. I think TikTok is spreading the word 100%. I really do. Nothing but love for everybody. Yes, you are laughing on no disrespect, but you know, we engineered a high. Okay, I get you, brother. I get you, man. Come on, respect. I love you too, brother. It's all in the same. You speak that, I speak that. As long as we speaking of the name and you know who I'm talking about, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Amen. Somebody say amen. Hallelujah. Anyways, y'all. Next topic of conversation, and before we get into that, I want to give y'all the opportunity to prepare to call in, y'all. 334-625-1121. Don't call now. I just want y'all to be prepared because I know the phone line is going to be ringing. We're talking about Alabama's defense, right? Which position group, topic of conversation, which position group impacts Alabama's defense the most in this matchup against Oklahoma? We saw a complete defensive team effort the first game. Was it enough? I think it was more than enough. We didn't capitalize on offense. Simple as that. Defense played a great game. Kane Wommack called a great game. I think 2 explosives in that game. 1 penalty was on the defense. So a clean game, strong game in coverage, run containment. Everything looked good against Oklahoma. The defense did what they only gave up 7 points, and that drive started, in plus territory. So I don't have much critique for the defense other than we bring back Quay Rusar. Everybody forgets. Quay Rusar was out that game. We bring back Quay Rusar. LT Overton is out. We heard Coach Wommack during the pressers today talk about some of the guys that we can see fill that void with Jordan Renard. James Smith has been seen at that spot over there at the bandit position, but Keon Keeley taking over the majority of those reps, right? And then when you want the pass rush aspect, we've seen Noah Carter get some reps. Yanzi Pierre, Quay Rusar, both manning the edges. That's a nasty lineup when you got James Smith, Tim Keenan, Quay Rusar, and Yanzi Pierre on the edge. That's kind of hard to contain. And then the way that Noah Carter and Justin Hill both has been getting reps, they are just growing rep by rep. So the front is going to be nice. I think the group that's going to impact the game, though, for Alabama's defense is going to be that inside linebacker room. I've seen a different type of tenacity from the inside linebacker room. We talked about run fits so much last year from the second level, the linebackers, right? The inside linebackers. Now, I will say this. Surprisingly, Deontay Lawson has assumed more of the physicality role when it's him and Justin Jefferson on the field. Now, Justin Jefferson's tracking is second to none. He's the best tracker in the inside linebacker room. Maybe not the most athletic because Nakai Hill-Green has shown us some burst of speed when tracking guys laterally. He doesn't necessarily have the angle, but his athleticism, he's made up some ground. He's hawked some guys down in, shoestring tackle type of move. Those type of plays. We've seen our inside linebackers really save some big runs by, staying active, keeping their feet moving. Something that we didn't see from that room last year, and I want to credit this to maybe Chuck Morrell coming over and changing how they were being coached about these guys and how they are taking on the contact in the gaps, right? How they're applying pressure in the run fits. You don't see a lot of just shoulder leaning with leads. You see a lot of pressing with using your lower body to get leverage, maintain leverage. And guys are actually trying to peek around. You don't see guys just turning their head and leaning in. They're trying to keep using their arms and leverage to keep space, trying to maneuver. And when you got the big offensive lineman coming at you, sometimes you just got to take the hit so your guy behind you can make the play, or the guy that's tracking can make the play, or that you can create some type of, garbage in front of the ball carrier and just create opportunities for it. So we've seen the swarm defense in full effect. And I think the biggest impact of the swarm defense being in full effect is because of the inside linebacker room. I would say even last year with Malachi Moore and Devontae Smith, a lot of guys in the secondary that kind of struggled the previous year in open field tackling, we saw them in position to make a lot better tackles last year in this defensive scheme. That's translated into this season. Damani Jackson has made a clear bounce back. He's clearly bounced back and made a resurgence into how he's impacting the game. And I think the situational awareness of how he's being played is impacting his draft stock and allowing him to be looked at both the nickel corner and the bounder, which I said he was extensive enough play. Knowing that he was fighting through those injuries, man, it takes a tough guy to be able to play at that position and be that physical as he is caused for him to be, right? So just a quick shout out for all the super chats, man. We got a banner down here. If you remember super chatting during the month of December, drop a comment and say, put me in the game, hashtag put me in the game, coach, so we can get your name on the banner, and that we can recognize everybody that supported the Coach Smook Network. You can see your name at the banner. We appreciate each and every one of you. So I look at the group that I expect to impact the game the most this game, and I think it's going to come off of the inside linebacker room, not just run fits or being able to get and pass pro, something that they did very well in this game against Oklahoma last game, right? I think this was the game where Justin Jefferson could have had a pick. He basically was playing a spy, cloud technique, robber technique in the middle of the field, and was able to kind of float to where Mateer's eyes was and literally missed the interception by an inch. So I think this is one of the games though where if Wommack takes the approach that I feel will benefit the offense and create more opportunities for the offense on the road, be aggressive in crowding the line of scrimmage and sending your 5-man pressures. I think Lawson and Nikhil Green have been great on our blitz packages. We've seen Deontay Lawson finesse his way through the line of scrimmage. We've seen him just use his quickness, right? And we've seen him be a lot more flexible in going to the line in the line of scrimmage, coming off as an edge rusher. So utilizing that 3 inside linebacker look, having those 3 on the field at the same time is going to be key. We know Mateer is going to be trying to utilize his legs. He's at home. I think that's what he's going to rely on, his legs. That's what, and that's going to in turn, if we allow that, it's going to in turn create a lot of, broken plays and success downfield. That's something we can't allow. We know our defensive backs, they get aggressive late in game, and sometimes we get reaching. We don't want those opportunities. The inside linebacker room will have the biggest impact on the game. If they play A+ level, is utter dominance for our defense. They come out, they're missing assignments, they're not wrapping up. It's expected to be a little nippy out there. So our guys going to allow the climate and the conditions affect how their assertiveness is and their aggressive nature. Somebody has to come out and set the tone and be physical. I think it comes from this inside linebacker room, and particularly Nikhil Green. I think this is a game where he kind of like bolsters his draft stock. Right now, getting late second round, early third round type draft grades, I think he can really solidify himself as a quality linebacker prospect and be a steal in the draft. This is it for him. So exciting to talk about that. And then finally, last thing before we open the phone lines here, y'all, I want to talk about one last thing, and that's going to be scheme versus talent. Schematically, Brent Venables and Todd Bates, 2 well-known defensive minds, versus Kane Wommack, Coach Mo, and staff, right? I look at the matchup. I don't think there's a question of the defensive mind, the extensiveness of what Coach Brent Venables can do defensively, schematically, right? And when it talks about, when I say scheme versus talent, what we've seen with the 4-2-5 has defied every quote-unquote expert analyst perception or prediction of this defensive scheme under Kane Wommack. It has been a great run-stopping defense when guys are making form tackles or being assertive and tracking the ball, right? Only giving up an average of 3.2 yards per carry, which is not great, but is way better than the 4.3 we were giving up last year. Okay? 3.2 yards per carry. This defense has taken, even with the explosive games with Florida State and Georgia, to be at a 3.2 yard per carry clip. Even this last game against Georgia, the rushing game was not what pulled this game away for Georgia. And we were beat up badly. So I look at being able to come back out healthy with this team. And you talk about talent depth. Oklahoma has a lot of talent on their front. They got R. Mason Thomas coming back. One of their, speedy linebackers, pass rushing specialists, guy that can get to the quarterback, but also can play in space, is great in coverage. They're going to have him back. He should be 100% healthy, so there's no excuses there. Schematically, though, I think like Coach Wommack talked about today, the way that we get like 16 different personnel sets out in Alabama, and the drop-off is very minimal, if any, right? That's something to lean on in a game like this on the road, because you don't want to give guys 3 and 4 plays to snap out of it, especially on the defensive side. You want guys going out there executing at a high clip. I expect to see 90 in the middle of that defense a lot this game. The way he's as slippery as he is, explosive as he is out of his stance, I expect to see 90 this game. And I expect to see a lot more rotation in the secondary. So scheme versus talent. Brent Venables, the defensive mind, his extensive lack of depth of talent, right? Especially in the secondary. Versus Kane Wommack, the up-and-coming scheme, the talented up-and-coming defensive coordinator, right? Which one shows up, has this stacked talent on roster at Alabama? And I'm not discrediting Oklahoma's roster by any means. Definitely a top 20 roster in the country right now. Defensively, definitely a top 10, top 5. But when you line it up, I think Alabama, position by position, has the better player, the more talented player at each position. You could argue in some spots too. I think our linebacker core is a lot more talented than secondary by a long shot, a lot more talented. And the front is where you have most of your arguments. They got Stone. You can kind of classify Thomas as an edge rusher, so they have an argument. He's their only guy. I think we got 3 that are really like first-round prospects. And Pierre, Rousseau, Hill is a future first-round prospect. I think Carter is going to find a long career at the NFL level, right, as he continues to develop. You got to remember, Noah Carter, he didn't come to Alabama as a pure pass rusher, a true defensive end, outside linebacker. This young man was playing wide receiver, tight end, free safety, inside linebacker, edge rusher his senior year. So him being as green as he is in his state, that's what I'm saying about the talent at Alabama when you talk about just talent versus scheme. Kane Wommack's scheme allows talent to thrive. I think in Venables' scheme and Todd Bates, you have to be a very highly disciplined player. That's why their defensive line struggled last year. A lot of athleticism trying to be put on display when a lot of time is workflow production, right? You need to just do your job so it can open it up for this. And they've matured in that aspect, and that's why you see them being as dominant as they are. So we're going to, after this break, y'all, we're going to get to our little infomercial break. If you're not a member of a AAA family, think about becoming a member. And then also shout out to our sponsors for this call-in segment. Tonight's call-in segment is sponsored by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Y'all, if y'all have a walk-ons in your area, you need to get to it for your game day festivities. I'm telling you, good drinks, good food, great food. I keep telling y'all, I'm going to be the freaking spokesperson for the Voodoo Shrimp and Grits. I promise you, I'm going to be the spokesperson. Hey, listen, the goal for 2026 is to have Coach Smook, a picture of Coach Smook on an official walk-ons poster, tearing up some Voodoo Shrimp and Grits. I'm gonna be the spokesperson for that. But after these messages, y'all, we'll be back. We'll open up the phone lines. Get ready to call in, man. Don't forget to like the stream. Let's do a chat check real quick. Let's see how many we got in the chat right now. We got let's see. Hold on, where they at? Where my numbers at? Why is it pulling up like that? It looks weird. We got 44 in the chat, 34 likes, man. Continue running likes up. Thank y'all for hitting the 25 like goal on the stream, man. Y'all just really be trying to make a brother get emotional on this stream, but I ain't gonna let y'all do it for me tonight. Thank y'all for the 112 viewing live. If you haven't shared the stream, take a second and share the stream. And if you're not a member of the AAA family, this is how you join the AAA family. Check it out.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed, that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
When you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
At Walk-On's Sports Bistro, the games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages. From melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Game on.
Let me in a game, Coach Smook. Let me in a game, Coach Smook.
Hey, chat, y'all already know what time it is. Let's get this call-in line going. Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
You're talking about Jalen Miro and the Pips? The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take up a lot of time. But I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just feel sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Yo. We got our first caller on the line. Everybody say what's up. We got Zach in the game with Coach Smook. What's up, Zach? Talk to me, man.
What's good, Coach Smook and my AAA family? How are y'all doing this evening?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I did want to kind of get your reaction, man. I told y'all I'm not the coaching carousel. We're insider, none of that. I just report on what I get told. So the Derek Nix hire, I was excited for. Caught me by surprise. I was excited about it, knowing what I know about Derek Nix, his involvement and his push for Cedarian Morgan this past recruiting cycle. And the relationships that he built with a lot of the in-state top receivers, you know, that just out of respect Derek Nix. We have a gem here. What's your thoughts, Zach? Talk to me.
I'm excited. I hate Coach Shep left, but it was expected eventually,
Yeah.
But with the hire, we got an awesome hire because Coach Nix has recruited some amazing wide receivers at Auburn, Cam Calhoun, Nick Singleton, all of them. So it's exciting, it's just another rock star hire from a recruiting standpoint to continue to get talented wide receivers and to develop them here at Alabama, and give them opportunities to go to the next level in the NFL, and have amazing careers.
Facts. And then with him having the experience with the running backs, that just goes to show you he's a great evaluator of talent. As a running back coach, being able to impact wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, athletes onto the roster at Auburn during his tenure there, for the short time that he has been there. Look at the guys that he's gotten to believe in, and they haven't had a solid quarterback situation. It's hard to sell some of these guys on staying when you bring in a guy like him that's, coming from a previous SEC school, has built those relationships. You kind of see where him being in the SEC country is beneficial for Alabama in general. And I think that's where we're going to continue to have the edge with recruiting. Coach Shep came in, had a good feel for the Southeast. It did not take long for him or the other staff members to transition and kind of use that Bama stamp in place of their quality of being able to build relationships. It didn't take them long to impact. Derek Nix already has that in his footprint in the pipeline, so I'm excited about it. But, Zach, we here tonight to talk about the defenses, man. Alabama defense, Oklahoma defense. What's the matchup look like to you? Where are the advantages? And then topic of conversation, which position group for Alabama impacts the game the most for their defense? Talk to me, Zach. We got 3 minutes on the line too, brother.
Okay. To me, the defensive lines are even. You know, from a talent perspective, from a production standpoint, Oklahoma's D-line just has a little bit on us from a production standpoint. But overall, I give Alabama the edge in the defense department because I believe we have a better linebacker room and secondary than what Oklahoma has. So, yeah. And but yet the position group that I think will be the biggest impact for Alabama is the D line. What pressure can we get on Mateer to keep him uncomfortable to the point to where he makes mistakes and we can get takeaways? You know,
right?
Yeah, we had opportunities in the first game. We just didn't capitalize on them. What can we do what can we do from a defensive line standpoint to turn those almost into guaranteed takeaways, you know, in this game? And so I think with LT Overton out, Yarnsey Pierre, Quay Russaw, Keon Keeley, Renard, James Smith, whoever is out there has some shoes to fill, you know, but we can get it done because of the type of rotation and the type of defense that we have and people moving around in different spots on the D-line anyway. Even if we had LT, there would still be areas where we would swap people around anyway. So it just certifies it a little more to where we'd have to rely on it a little more in this game.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, it's something we would have done anyway. So I'm not really worried about it from that standpoint. The one thing or the one area on Oklahoma's D line that could give us fits is Thomas on their defensive end. Now, with I'm sure Caden Proctor will be matched up with him a lot this game, and with the improvement I have seen from Caden Proctor this year, I'm not worried as much as I would have been last year, you know. And so I think it'll be a good matchup. And like you said earlier in the week, the one way to neutralize him is to keep running towards him, get him tired, make them have to rotate him out of the game more than what they plan on, just wear him down.
Facts. Final thought, Zach, so we get this phone line open. So when we talk about impact, what position group you going with, and exactly how do they impact the game?
Okay, I'm going with the D line.
Okay,
and I think with Oklahoma's struggles that we have seen this year, I think our D line will be able to get a little more pressure on Mateer this game because we'll bring some new wrinkles, and we got pressure on him last time. I just think if I was Kane Wommack, I would be a little more aggressive this time around to just certify that and to really get him out of his rhythm early and keep being aggressive to keep him out of his rhythm, because if he gets a rhythm, then it could be a long night for us.
100%, 100%. Well, Zach, I appreciate you for calling in. Y'all give it up for Zach. Roll Tide, my brother.
Bro, Todd.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all give it up for Zach, Chad. Give it up for Zach, our number one caller. Shout out to him, man. Got another caller on the line. Let's see who it is.
From Ballard Sports Media.
Yo, Ballard, you in the game with Coach Smook, man. Talk to them, brother.
What's up, bro? How you been?
Man, I'm good, brother. How you doing, man? Good to hear your voice.
Yeah, feeling a little sick and under the weather, but I'm hanging in there, man. I'm doing all right.
Man, you got to stay wrapped up.
Got home. Yeah, I feel stuffed up, man. But hey, you know what's going to cheer me up is getting a win over Oklahoma this week.
100%.
And here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. I said it in my preview video. I'm going to say it again. Yes, they beat us twice in a row, but this is our first time having to play them twice in the same season, and it's very hard to do that.
Yep.
It's hard to get the same team twice. On one hand, you got Alabama, who's good at revenge games, which we still kind of got to see that in the same season with DeBoer. But then you got Oklahoma, who, if you really look at it, even though it was under Lincoln Riley and not Venables, they're winless in the playoffs. So there's a couple different things, man. But how are you feeling about this game?
Man, honestly, I think this is literally how I've been discussing it for the most part. This game really, in my opinion, falls on consistency on the offensive side.
Yeah.
No matter what that looks like, if that's in the pass game and we end up throwing the ball, if we're having a consistent, productive pass game, we're not throwing the ball more than 30 times. 35 times max in a game like this. If you're executing and taking advantage of some of the opportunities you missed in the previous matchup, we're not having to rely on the pass game like we did. And in that fact, you kind of get their defense on the field longer than what we were able to do. We won all of the major categories you needed to win in order to say that you won the game, minus the turnovers.
Right.
And that's part that falls in with offensive efficiency. So I think that's where it falls. But when the defense matches up, I think because of the stakes in this game and the environment, I think the pressure is truly on Mateer to perform offensively with all of their struggles and the way that this defense has been trending. The crowd can be effective to the defense. They don't have problem getting the communication in and getting set up. We have an opportunity really to apply the pressure early and give the opportunity some extra chances to be productive. And I think the more opportunities we see the offense have in this first game of the playoffs, if they're able to get started early and carry that through, we can see a different team carry through this playoff game after, executing against Oklahoma. And that's really where it falls for me. Execution on the offensive side, a high level of execution.
Yeah, man. And update me on this one. I had heard, I listened a little bit to Ryan Grubb. I definitely heard all of Coach DeBoer's presser today. But what's the deal, man? Are we getting a healthy Jam Miller back for this game? Because if so, I think that defense is toast, man, because he going to run all over them. But what's the update on him?
I don't think he's going to be healthy enough to go out there and impact the game. Looking at him, he's out there taking reps. The ankle is definitely heavily wrapped. No real push off on that ankle. Same thing with Quavis. Both of them dealing with just, those injuries where the tendons and the ligaments around the joint, you can't speed them up. And you don't want to go out there, especially in the cold, going out there missing assignments because he can't apply pressure, or push off the right way. So I think right now the confidence builder that, AK Deer had with his few carries, being thrown into the fire, he was productive. The mishap with him and Ty Simpson, I think even in that mishap, you're dealing with a true freshman, and that play could have definitely been a lot more productive than what Ty ended up allowing it to be. As much of a mishap and a miss-up it was. And then also, we have to hold Ryan Grubb accountable for taking the ball out of the running back's, stomach. Daniel Hill, 3 rushes. I think he was averaging 3.7 yards per carry. When we took it away from him, A.K. Deere broke off a 5-yard carry on his first touch. It's like we have to take advantage and build on those opportunities, especially if Jam Miller's not in the game. And I would not be surprised if we see a Dre Washington, Richard Young handoff in this playoff game with Jam Miller not being 100%. This is the time where you're pulling all the punches, regardless if guys have plans to enter the portal afterwards. They're in the playoffs. The eyes are on them. They've been working. There's an opportunity for them. They don't want to go out there and blow it because it's going to hurt their stock going wherever the decision is if they decide to stay or hit the portal. They don't want to go out there and blow it. So you got to expect something to give in the run game this game if we want to see some success.
For sure, man. I think we'll be all right in this one, man. And it's that like I say with Alabama, it's that school, just with the recruiting and stuff, and even under Coach DeBoer, man, it's next man up. Guys are going to be ready for this one. I feel like there's a revenge factor for this team. Nick Saban always had it. I hope that we see that with Kalen DeBoer's team. I'm gonna switch up my score prediction a little bit from what I had in my preview this week.
Hold on. Let me give you a bomb. We need an explosion. Okay. We got a Tuesday score prediction from Christian Ballard. This ain't normal. Usually.
I don't know.
Talk to me.
I don't know if I'll get to talk to you before the game on Friday because I got a pretty busy week with work. But
okay.
So I figured I'd get it out now.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go 21-17, kind of a defensive game, but I think a defensive stop or maybe here's the thing. I don't know if I still want to trust Ty to be the guy to put together a game-winning drive. He's very good, and he's a great leader. We struggle with that, but I could see our defense coming up with the stop or something, man.
I could play.
See it. I don't see a whole lot of offense in this game.
I could see 2 of those for our defense, but I'm going to be on the other side of this. I'm going to be optimistic only because I'm thinking of the good times, right? You only experience your droughts for so long. The rain is going to come,
right?
And the rain is bound to hit Ty Simpson and that arm of his, right? And I think all of the narratives around him that's kind of trying to make excuses for him, I think something wakes up in this young man and he dials it up these next few opportunities he's going to have. And it's not if Alabama falls short, it's not because he failed at something. It's because as a team, we just got outplayed. But that Georgia game, he failed us. The Oklahoma game, he failed us. I don't think we see another that version of Ty anymore the rest of the season. And I'm not saying we see a Heisman Ty. I just think we see him kind of put it all out there finally, knowing that he is going to, man, honestly, if people still are believing this narrative that Ty Simpson can come back and win this job again, they're crazy. Ty Simpson needs these last few games, these 4 games, these 4 opportunities he has right in front of, or would it be 3? Yep. It'll be 3 opportunities, right? First round, second round against, and then the national champ. No, it'll be 4 games.
No,
it'll be 4 games.
First round, quarterfinal, semifinal, and then
natty
if we make it.
So my boy, he could use these 4 games on his belt to leave college football from the University of Alabama with a national championship. The stats that he has already over 3,000 passing yards, 20 plus touchdowns. Like if you can mess around and rattle off 8 more touchdowns in the postseason, man. You're looking at some NFL type numbers, some stock numbers. So I think that's where we're at. But final thoughts, Ballard, so we can get this phone line open up back, brother. I appreciate you for calling in, for real, man.
Hell yeah, man. Anytime. I will say you just said a couple words together that gave me chill bumps. University of Alabama with the national title. Dude, I think we could do it. I'm not ready to predict the whole playoff yet. I mean, let's just take it one game at a time, but go back to when was the last time we played a team twice in one season and lost both times? I mean, has that really ever happened for Alabama? I mean, it's a revenge game. It's a good start to the playoffs. I'm confident we could get it done. It wouldn't shock me if Oklahoma won, but at the same time, man, if Caleb DeBoer totes that black hoodie up to Norman, I trust him.
100%.
I love y'all.
Hey, he cannot leave T-Town without that hoodie.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, my brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate you for calling in, brother.
Roll Tide, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Y'all give it up for my guy Ballard, man. Out of Smoke Media. 865, you can call in, man. We were trying to get old Christian. He was finishing his phone call, man. 865. You can call back in, say your name, put me in the game, Coach Smook, and we'll get you in. Call back in. I can send personal messages again. Thank God. Thank God. No more automators. We can send personal messages again. See, that's because of y'all. Y'all donating and all that good stuff. The 40 sub one. Oh, no. Just gotta kind of. Hey, y'all, we almost had another goal, man. 40 subs. Can we get 40 more subs by the end of the stream? That's all we need. We actually only need 39 more subs by the end of the stream. Can y'all share the stream right now? Get more people in here. Let's get the subscribers up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. It's absolutely free, and we would love you to be a part of it. New phone call on the line. Let's see who it is.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Let's see who it is. Yo, you're in the game with Coach Smook. Who's on the line, man?
It's Marquis Woods, Coach Smook.
Marquis Woods is in the game. Marquis, welcome in, man. Talk to me, man. What's on your mind? Alabama defense, Oklahoma defense. Who's the impact group? That's the topic of conversation, man. What's on your mind? Talk to me.
Well, honestly, Coach, I mean, we can look back at both games in the past 12 months, and I feel like our team has definitely done a great job against their offense. I mean, even though Jackson Arnold did what he did, last year, I feel like our defense did a great job of getting turnovers like they always do, getting stops. Same. It's just crazy how time works. If you look at last year, look at this year, and they won the exact same way. Score was just a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But, field position, special teams, just turnovers. The same exact way they won last year, the same exact way they won this year. And, credit to them for doing what they do, but I feel like our defense and our team, we're better than that. And we showed that all year. I feel like our defense has an edge in this game. I think that just as much as we've been getting a whole lot of slack on effort and all this other stuff, I feel like our defense never takes a game off, takes a snap off, takes a play off. They won us a lot of ball games this year. Going back to LSU, go back to South Carolina. I ain't even gonna do that. Go back to South Carolina. You know what I mean? Without Deshaun Jones doing what he did, do we win that game? You know what I mean? Like, does the game look the same? I don't know. I can't tell you. You know what I mean? So, I think our defense creates turnovers. We missed. Bray had an interception missed in that game.
Yeah.
We're
him and Jefferson. Him and Justin.
Come on now. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't think we missed on that twice. We don't miss on those turnovers twice. And we've seen John Mateer give the ball up. We look at the LSU game, like what John had four interceptions. You know what I mean? Like he will keep the ball up, and we just got to make sure we capitalize on that this game, and we'll be all right. I think we get a healthy time. We have to, but as far as time goes, we have to help them out, right? We have to make sure that we make plays for Ty. We give Ty that confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And allow him to get comfortable. Like you were talking about the other day, I was complaining to my friends, like Isaiah Horton. Like, why are we not coming back to the ball? You know what I mean? You're a veteran. This is rookie stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we got to help our quarterback out. He's been struggling. We have to get him in rhythm early, and we have to get him feeling comfortable early. And I think if we do that, we're just fine. We're perfect.
I have to kind of attest to that help them out situation, because that even on that Isaiah Horton route, I understand we want him to work back, but that ball was supposed to be out when he was breaking down in his break to come out of his break. If Todd Simpson lets that ball go on time, the pressure doesn't get to him the way that he allowed it to get to him. And two, that's a clean catch by Horton. The DB didn't even touch the ball, man. He just was able to interrupt. And now I will fault Horton even though it wasn't the best pass or on-time pass, it touches your hand, son. Bring it in. Same thing with Jeremy Bernard. Same thing with all the receivers. These drop passes got to stop, but that's how you help them. You help yourself first. And then if we continue to see the drops and the guys, mistiming, getting their hands up to or when they're expecting the ball, that's what I think the issue is right now with the passing game. The timing is off when we're in live action against opposing defenses, because in practice, man, you can see it. The confidence coming through the practice week is there with this wide receiver core in the quarterback room. And it's not like they're going against the trash defense. Is the players' third, second string guys that's helping with scout looks, and they're not playing easy. I got reports of Deshaun Jones and Calhoun going off in practice this week. On the offense, locking up Ryan Williams, making it hard for him to make plays in the passing game. Rico Scott and other DBs kind of go on at it. Like, the intensity and the level of practice and the execution has been at a high level. So I'm excited, but I do think Ty has to help himself more with the way that these receivers have been working. And they've been working. A lot of the fatigue that you see with them, it's mental fatigue, knowing that, hey, I might beat this dude by 3 steps, but I might have to slow up to make a play on this ball. Let me try to help. We can't have our receivers playing like that in the playoffs, man. These guys got to be able to, utilize the full extent of their abilities. And our speed guys, Ryan Williams, Latsier Brooks, you can even I'll even throw some of the stretch action on the deep crosses that Jeremy Bernard provides in the passing game. They are definitely very sneaky and streaky. Rico Scott. You get these guys and you throw them open, you throw them in stride, you'll see a lot more production. But final thoughts there, and we're going to get the phone lines back open. Appreciate y'all for tapping the screen once again over here on TikTok. I see y'all tapping the screen. Much love over there. And then also on YouTube. Before we get his final thoughts, I want to acknowledge a comment on TikTok. It says, make sure we finish plays, and when making plays presents itself, take them interceptions and fumbles. Just like you were saying, Marquis. We are literally, 4 opportunities over the past 2 years from being in the position that Oklahoma is in when it comes to the matchup between us. Four missed opportunities, 2 in each of those games where the outcome, the final score could have been different if we made plays on defense when we had opportunity.
Absolutely, man. Final thoughts, man. I like us to win, and I'd like us to win in every matchup, obviously, but in this matchup, I think it's no different. I just think that there is even more of a revenge factor. There's even more of a do or die factor for us, and I'm hoping, and I'm thinking that the guys take this game more than personal. You know what I mean? We have a chance to do something to them that has been done to us. You know what I mean? At their place, like, we have a chance to really gain momentum going into the rest of this playoffs, right? You know what I mean? With a win against a team that we haven't been able to beat in the last couple of years, we get
Facts.
Back. You know what I mean? And that's a different type of relief. That's a different type of energy. And I think with this win, we could go on another run. I mean, I ain't gonna look too far ahead, Coach, but we could get Indy.
We can. I don't mind prospective matchup talk. It's realistic. We're in the dance, and we've seen how we played against Oklahoma at our house and lost by 2. We clean up one mistake, and we're not even talking about Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not even in the playoffs. One mistake cost us this position that we're in. Do not let that turn into 3 mistakes this game. Don't let it turn into 3 mistakes, and I think we got a good position. But I appreciate you for calling in, my brother, and roll Tide, my guy.
Yes, sir. Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all give it up for my guy Marquis, man, in the chat. Show him some love. Hey, y'all, we might have to cut the show early. I just got some messages, some emails I need to respond to, and I may have let me see. Do they want to meet? So, like I said, we making some crazy moves right now. I'm taking my talents into the scouting world. We're actually going to be on the road scouting this off season, y'all. Getting into a lot of the OT7 events, a lot of your 7-on-7 events around the state, around the country. Try to get everything set up because I'm getting a late start. You know, the company that's bringing me on, they found me, you know, recently, and we collab, and we're going to be doing some things. Vision, building the vision, continuing to grow the vision. So I'm checking the emails now and making sure we got everything set up. Okay, nothing pertinent. I can do it after the show. Phone line is open though, 334-625-1121. But before we get back on the phone lines, y'all, we got to pay some bills, man. Let's give some more acknowledgement to our sponsors at Walk-Ons, man. I know y'all. We got the new commercial is going to be premiering January 1st. We'll be kicking the new sponsorship promo made by yours truly, the Coach Smook Network. We'll be premiering that January 1st. But until then, yeah, I did with our creativity, with our AR work and our collaboration with Walk-Ons. Just want to say thank you for allowing them to sponsor us. And then also, man, if you're not a member of the AAA family, think about becoming a member, man. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth it. A lot of people have gotten mad at the type of content, the way that we put it out. But when you sit around and you really try to be a part of this community and interact and enjoy the vibes that we deliver it with, you get informed and it's entertaining. So think about becoming a member of the AAA family and supporting the Coach Smook Network. Here, this is how you do it.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
When you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
At Walk-On's Sports Bistro, the games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages. From melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Game on.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Leandre Gott Tejus. Today, we're breaking down a huge defensive matchup. It's Wommack against Venables, two of the best in the business. This is going to be a war.
This is going to be a war. Come on, y'all. Stop playing with your boy. Let's go. Appreciate y'all for sticking around, man. having fun tonight, man. And hopefully y'all been enjoying the show. All the likes on the stream lets me know that y'all been enjoying the show, man. Tap that like button, hit that thumbs up button if you're on YouTube, tap that screen if you're on TikTok, and if you're on other platforms, whatever reactions they provide y'all to react to the channel or the show with, do something. Laugh, be mad at me, do something. If you're over there on Facebook, we appreciate y'all. Phone call line is open back up, man. It's your boy Coach Smook, and we are getting close to that to the end of the show. So when you call it, make sure you know what you want to talk about, man. We got you here on the Coach Smook Network. 334-625-1121. Call in, say your name, and put me in the game, Coach Smook, and we'll get your thoughts on the line. While we wait for another call to call in, everybody is reacting to the Derek Nix news now. Not breaking news anymore. It's been out. Like I said, we didn't have a bead on this hire, which is cool. You know, we don't care to be in it on that level. Whatever gets told to us, that's what we report on. We don't talk about that unless we've been told about it, right? That's what we do. That's what keeps us safe, right? And that's what keeps us inside at the level that we're inside. So Derek Nix, man, I'm telling y'all right now, the media talks around having him come on at Alabama. Smooth transition, seamless transition, not much logistics required as far as him coming over. The one thing there is to be concerned about, that this is a highly sought after coach, you know, in the collegiate ranks. You know, he's leaving Auburn as, you know, an offensive coordinator, co-offensive coordinator and running backs coach, not foreign to being a coordinator, play calling, or play design. Is what you get with the value in him. Also being able to help in running back development. Somebody talks about the production with the running backs at Auburn. You see, they consistently, if they could stay healthy, Auburn has, you know, had some talent come through Auburn the last few years. They haven't had a passing game to really build and help the run game with. And the offensive line injuries over the years have always been a Achilles heel for them. So looking at what we know about Coach Nix, right, has experience at Ole Miss and at Southern Miss. His time at Ole Miss is probably the most extensive and the most memorable, producing draft prospects and current NFL wide receivers, DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown, the tight end that played for him. I forget his name, is slipping my head, but he was a freak of nature. You're talking about a gentleman that's had some experience with Coach Lane Kiffin as an offensive mind. Just being able to bring all of that tutelage and everything, all that experience, and just the relationship building ability that he's displayed in recruiting in the Southeastern Conference footprint is going to be huge in this pickup. So Kalen DeBoer, being a offensive mind, probably looked at this as a steal and jumped on it. We got another call on the line. Let's see who it is.
Call from
Wesley.
Yo, Wesley, you in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, man. Y'all give it up for Wesley in the chat.
Hi, everybody. I've been watching your live for about two to 3 weeks now. I've tuned into your live when you've been playing the game, but I'm gonna go ahead and tune into the football game on Friday.
Okay.
2024, we lost to Oklahoma 24-3 because of penalties. Our defense didn't step up how the way it was supposed to. This recent game, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we played them, and we put on a show, but there was a lot of slack on the offense side of the ball. Ryan Williams didn't really get targeted like he was supposed to. Jamie Bernard didn't really.
You mind turning your TV down in the background? We're getting a little echo. I appreciate that. But you said Ryan Williams wasn't getting targeted like he was supposed to be, and then what'd you leave off from that?
Jamie Bernard, he a lot of the offensive side of the ball didn't really step up like they were supposed to.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm skeptical about how we've lost to them twice. I'm skeptical about going into Norman and really playing them again, because I was telling somebody that I talked to about football every day, and like, I'm scared to see Oklahoma again. Oklahoma has a good defense. You just have to we just have to really spread their defenses out instead of run the ball and do a short little route. But if we can pull it out, I feel like we can go on move to Rose Bowl and play Indiana.
Okay.
That,
I want your take on this. Now, I want your take on this. You said you talked about, Ryan Williams not being targeted and all of those things, right? Do you think the answer is to get Ryan Williams in space a lot quicker?
I say yes, because what he did with he played how the way he could play during the regular season, but last year he showed up. But this year I feel like they need to use him more wisely instead of hitting Jimmy Bernard and Isaiah Horton more than they hit him, because they take him in and out the game, and that's not cool. Like, he is supposed to be the star of the team. Like, he needs to. They need to put him more so he can get more time in instead of sitting on the sideline every couple plays and throughout all 4 quarters. There's 60 minutes in the game.
Okay.
And I'm just like, what does that really say?
I mean, you got to look at his production. The amount of drops on targets, the fumbles after catches, the missing blocks and run blocking. He's tried to give a little bit more effort the last 2 games. I've seen that, the Auburn game and this game, in run blocking, but he's just not effective. When you have all these things stacked against you and your quarterback is not hitting you in those explosives, it kind of limits what we can do for you and scheme up for you as an explosive player. And that's what you're seeing with Ryan Williams. I think part of it is on him because of his, inability to consistently, hold on to the ball and, not getting out in his route concepts and being assertive in pressing, the ceiling and forcing DBs to react to him. Or so him reacting to defensive backs. And he's going to mature. He's going to mature through this process. I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen this game. But final thoughts, man, so we get this phone line open back up. We got people calling in. You got 30 seconds, brother. Go ahead and talk to the people. Final thoughts.
My final thoughts. We can go in there pretty much tough. We're gonna play our light shot, but more definitely, if we win, I say Bama's gonna go to the national championship. We're gonna try to get there, but we got a lot of seniors and everybody else on defense. But listen, all I'm gonna say to the fans in the chat: Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, my brother. And appreciate you for calling in, Wesley. Y'all give it up for Wesley in the chat, man. Much love, Wesley. Appreciate you, my guy. Yo, phone line is open, 334-625-1121. We got another call on the line. Let's see who it is, y'all.
Call from.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
To accept, press 1.
Yo, you're in the game with Coach Smook. What's your name, brother?
Yes, sir. My name is Link. How's everything going, Coach Smook?
Everything's good, man. Welcome to the show, man. It sounds like you got us on speakerphone. We can't get your name. What was your name? My producer asking for your name. We would like to get you.
My name is Link.
Link.
Can you hear me any better?
Yeah, Link, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Link. We got Link in the chat. Y'all appreciate you for calling in, man. What's on your mind? Top of the conversation tonight. We're talking Alabama defense, OU defense. There's a big matchup in this playoff game. Your thoughts on it, and just your overall thoughts on this matchup in general.
Okay. Defensively, I mean, overall, I like what I see from our defense over at Alabama. I mean, the talk is all about what Oklahoma's defense is going to do in this game, what we won't be able to do against, their defense with our offense. But our defense played pretty well the last game. It was just some self-inflicted wounds that really kind of took us out of the game. So overall, I like to see what our defense is doing. I like how they play in the red zone. I like the aggressiveness we play with. So I'm pretty confident in the defense, man. I really don't have a whole lot of issues with what we're doing on the defensive side of the ball.
Facts. And so where do you see the biggest impact happening on the defensive side? We're kind of focused central. We talked offense. We spent the whole 24 hours basically talking offense on Monday. So tonight we talking defense. Where do you see the biggest impact coming from on the defensive side? I chose the inside linebacker room. I think they have an opportunity. Justin Jefferson, Nakai Hill-Green, and Deontay Lawson. I think they have a big opportunity in this game to really create a lot of havoc and be a lot more impactful, kind of like they were in the first game. They saved a lot of explosive runs with their play. Their eye discipline. We didn't see a lot of a lot of big breaks in the run game because of their efficiency. So what position group on the defensive side do you think provides that type of game-changing impact?
I like the defensive backs, man. I think they've been doing a really good job of limiting the amount of passing yards.
Okay.
From these teams. Now, again, Oklahoma, they don't have a very threatening offense. From just watching them, a lot of stuff is busted coverages and stuff where they can have plays that can go for a lot of yards and stuff like that. So they may score 1 touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns off of blown coverages, and for the most part, they can't move the football. So I like the matchup with our DBs and everything against their playmakers. They got Satinga and Burks over there. Those are their 2 big playmakers at the wide receiver position. So, but I feel confident in the matchup on the defensive side with our secondary. Their run game doesn't seem to be much of a threat from the running back position. Now, from the quarterback position, he can be productive in the run game. So we got to make sure that our linebackers pay attention to him and don't get too far upfield on him so he can get those rushing lanes and stuff like that. So I'm not threatened by their offense. I think our defense is going to do a good job of containing them. We just can't have those busted coverages.
Yeah. Extended plays with busted coverage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So can I ask you a question about the offense, though, Smook?
Yeah, go ahead.
Coach Smook. So I don't know if anybody said this, maybe they have, but I would like to see our offense play with more tempo. I would like to see them speed it up. I feel like these offensive plays that are running down to 1 or 2 seconds, we're snapping the ball. I think that plays in the hands of the defense. The lesson set up. So I would like to see us play with a little bit more tempo. I would like to see less of Todd coming up to the line of scrimmage and making a lot of checks. You can make some checks, but you know what I'm saying, call some plays and be confident in some of the plays you're calling.
Just line up and go. Sometimes you just have to line up and go. But to kind of expound on that, that was one of the things that Coach Grubb expounded on. We had the members only live today. If you haven't joined the membership, we've been having access to seeing these interviews live as they're happening, not cut up, not edited, as they're happening. AAA members, and that was one of the topics of conversation. Shout out to the Alabama media. I think it was Colin Gay asked the question about the Alabama's tempo and what's the message going into this game. And each player even highlighted the fact that they want to get up on the offensive side, said they want to get to the ball a lot quicker, get lined up so that they can, get the defense, catch the defense and stop giving them time to adjust. Sometimes you just have to. So I think a part of that is getting more balance in your play calling. A lot of those shifts and them checks at the line are called because you're in pass play, and that's a dead giveaway when you're running it, 5-6 times in a row. And every time, I don't care if you're converting, extending drives, when you're going and checking at the line every play, that's not a confidence booster. And, that gives your quarterback a little bit sense of control. But given that from the sideline, every snap is not going to be efficient, especially on the road. You want to be able to start fast in this game against Oklahoma, get their defense on their heels, allow your defense to be more assertive, give your offense more opportunities to create more pressure on their defense, and watch what happens. Watch how it plays out for you. Even if your first 7 drives, you only score on the first 4 or 5 out of 7. With the way the defense is playing and the way that offense would have to counter that scoring pace is going to help you overall offensively. So
yes, sir.
At the end of the day, man, just like you said, that tempo, it don't have to be warp speed, but, between 12 and 17 seconds, that ball should be being snapped.
Right. And one more thing I want to say, too.
Yeah, final thought. Yeah, I appreciate you.
One thing I was seeing in that Georgia game, Georgia don't throw a lot of passes beyond the line of scrimmage. They throw a lot of passes behind the line of scrimmage, and their fan base is, not very fond of the play calling. But what they're trying to do is get their playmakers the ball in place and let them make plays. I like that they were doing a little bit of that with Ryan Williams at the beginning of the game. So sometimes, man, you just got to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers and let them make some plays. So I don't mind some screen passes or some passes behind the line of scrimmage. Just everything don't got to be down the field. So
and everything don't have to be
the offense up a little bit.
And everything don't have to be jet orbit motion or anything like that to get it out of space either. I get you, man. I get you. I appreciate you for calling and attesting to some of the decision making with the play caller or of our coordinator with some sense. You know, a lot of people just come in, man, Ryan Grubb don't know how to call. That's a lie, because when those games where Ty Simpson was getting the Heisman talk, it wasn't Ty Simpson making the calls. It was when they handed more responsibility over to Ty Simpson and all those shakes at the line and everything. That's when we started to see his play decline. On top of not being consistent in the deep ball, not being consistent with timing and leading guys in the open windows and in the intermediate passing concepts. If you go and look at a lot of the plays made on the offensive side, big catches, they were made in unnecessary traffic because of the way the ball was delivered. And that is the honest to God truth. We can talk about how his decision making was good for the majority part. Everything that we have highlighted for Ty Simpson being good at is 12 and below. 12 and above is we get shaky. He has the talent. There's no question about it. We just need to see it. We need to let him get out there and play. But I appreciate you for calling in, Link, and continue to support the Coach Smook Network, man. Share it up with somebody. Help us get these 40 subscribers, man. Get to 4K, man. Appreciate you. Roll Tide.
Thanks for letting me come on and have my little point of view.
Hey, always, man. Always. Hey, that's anybody. Anytime y'all want to call in and chop it up, when the phone line is open, call the phone line. We got time for one more call tonight, y'all. We're at the hour and 32-minute mark. No disrespect to Georgia, but y'all got Nick Saban, evil twin, but Kalen is his other one as well. What kind of mess? Evil twins. We got evil twins out here. Lord have mercy. Yo, we got 43 likes on the stream. Continue running likes up if you haven't hit the thumbs up on YouTube. We got time for one more phone call as stated. 334-625-1121. Call in, say your name, and put me in the game, coach. Give us a banger to close out the call-in segment. We will be posting all of the call-in segments from Monday and Tuesday. They will start getting posted tomorrow because I don't plan on doing a live segment tomorrow. Let's go to another milestone as far as subscribers. I think I'm going to do an all-day content like day of subathon so that we can hit this goal. And I'm honestly thinking about doing something special. Win, lose, or draw after the Friday game, Oklahoma, Alabama. I expect I want to do something special this weekend. During all the other games, kind of doing live watch party, interactive content on YouTube and TikTok. So I would greatly appreciate y'all support tomorrow when y'all see this clip come out, this promo come out. Help us support it. Don't forget, and I think Adrian. I got to check with Adrian. I don't know if we found. Do we have any Oklahoma fans that play NCAA that would like to step up to the plate and get this BTA for our live game sim? Because if not, we got two haters in the community that play the game and they will gladly step up and be the demise of the mental juju that the live game sim gives the Alabama fan base. You know what? For us to not have as many people, or for us to have so many people say they don't watch our content and that we're failing, it's funny to see like how people will go and retweet screenshots of the live game sim and be like, well, looks like Bama's going to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love when people do that to us, man. It's kind of funny to me. It's kind of funny to me when it happens. So live game sim tomorrow is going to be live. We got gaming content tomorrow. We're going to put it on TikTok to start today, but we'll be on YouTube. We got post-practice report. We probably won't be reporting on it tomorrow because it'll be like towards the end of the week. A lot of things that we've already been talking about are will generally carry through. Any crazy news, breaking news with injuries or anything, some major news in practice, we'll come on, react to it, break it, or however we get the information. We'll put it out to y'all. But other than that, that's what the content schedules we got. Tomorrow's which is Wednesday. I'll be doing the long stream during the day. I have rehearsal at 6 p.m. and then I'll be back late night. We'll do some late night vibe stuff. Thursday, we got the morning show. Going to try to have Jason on that morning. Hall of Fame Jason to represent. We'll do our Oklahoma Bama collab again. They're hosting, so I know he's excited about that. He's actually on with Coach Hayes. Shout out to Coach Hayes, man. If y'all watch Coach Hayes on YouTube, I've been privileged to be in the network with that guy, man. Funny dude, straight up fella. I actually got connected with him through some of our former colleagues, and we don't necessarily acknowledge them, but yeah, it's pretty cool to have that relationship in this space, in this YouTube space. I don't consider myself a YouTuber, but we definitely making moves. Where we at? Hour and 35-minute mark. We got 5 minutes left for the phone line to be open. If you're calling in or you're tapping in now, you just tapping in, new viewers, make sure you hit the like button. But the phone line is open, 334-625-1121. We're talking about Alabama versus Oklahoma, the defensive matchups in this game. Who has the advantage, and which position group impacts that defense and gives them the advantage to get a victory in this matchup. And what's up, big folks? Good to see you, my guy, man. I tell you, you had a great call the other day. We actually gonna be putting that clip of that up here soon. So hopefully y'all excited about hearing y'all voices across the internets, because we are growing. Like I said, we are literally 40 away from our next milestone, and 36 now. We're 36 away from our next milestone. So continue to like and share the stream. Like I said, 4 minutes left on the phone line. If you call in, your time gonna be cut a little bit short because we're trying to stay on schedule here. But that's about all I got for y'all today, man. That's about all the conversation for the breakdowns this week. We talked a little bit about special teams, importance of special teams in yesterday live. We talked about defense today, broke it down. The schematics of this game is not really much to break down other than mechanics-wise. Guys executing at a high level. That's what's going to be the difference in this game for Alabama in order for them to get a victory. And it's mostly dependent upon our offense. I think the defense, if they build on what they did in this game and come out and create 1 or 2 turnovers, we see a totally different outcome in this game. And I believe it helps the momentum of the offense too, the continuity of the offense. Everybody that's putting the pressure on this offense to execute, they're going to need a lot more opportunities. You're going to need the ratio to weigh in favor as far as time of possession and possessions for this Alabama offense, especially if we do not establish a consistent run game. And then when I say consistent run game, chat, I'm not saying it has to be 4 yards to carry every time, but being able to call the run, being able to run plays and hand it off to the running back, get it out of space, makes it for the run game. We got another call on the line. Let's see who it is.
Call from.
Yo, you're in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me. Who is it?
It's Big Folks, man. How you doing?
Yo, man. We good, man. Big Folks is in the game, chat. Y'all give it up for him. Talk to me, Big Folks. We crunching time now. You got the last call. You got 3 minutes. Talk to me, man. Alabama's defense. Who's the impact of the position, and how do they impact this game to give Alabama the victory?
My impact position is Overton back?
Nah, he's actually, Overton is doubtful right now. He's dealing with an illness, not an injury. He's dealing with an illness, something that you really can't gauge. Is based off of how everything flows. So until he's 100% with that, he's not going to be. I don't think they're going to put him out there, especially with the weather and things. You don't want his immune system to be attacked.
Okay. Correct. Well, I got who's ever playing that position. That's an essential position on the D line because that's an every down player. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna need him in the run and the pass. And so who's ever, I want to say it was 17, wasn't it? Who was his backup?
Well, 17 is hurt. You got Renard that's going to be filling that spot. Keon Keeley is assuming the primary snaps. Probably going to be your first guy out there, 31. And then when you want to get in those pass rush sets because of their skill sets, you got guys, Yanzi Pierre, Justin Hill, and Noah Carter have both seen some snaps at the bandit position opposite of Quay Russaw. I'm glad that Quay is healthy because now you can flex Yanzi, who has a little bit more size than Quay and a little bit more length. You can flex him to that bandit position and not worry about him getting pushed around. He handles tackles and guards very well. He's very good in the trenches. He's a very athletic outside linebacker, defensive end build with middle linebacker, outside linebacker, edge rusher skill set. So I like Yanzi Pierre to see a lot of snaps. Rangy. Very rangy, 100%.
Hey, most definitely. But yeah, so I've got who's ever playing in an Overton spot.
Okay, that's a good assessment there, man.
Yeah, and I also feel that Cam Calhoun is going to have a good game.
You think Cam Calhoun is going to have a good game?
Yes, I've been waiting on him to have just that breakout game, and I know Red is playing so good right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I just figure if we go to 6 DBs, I guarantee you, Cam is going to make a play.
It's crazy. I was having a conversation with somebody and looking at the situation surrounding Cam Coleman. And we're going to close out on this. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds to give your final thoughts. But looking at the situation surrounding Cam Calhoun and just the athleticism, the tenacity, the young man has been showing up in practice. And I've been talking to, staffers and people that's there. He's been showing up in practice this week. The defensive back room has been showing up with a different level of intensity this week. And those guys are hungry. And if the plays that's being made are being made and he's not out there in scout team and he's getting some of the reps with some of the personnel that I've been hearing about, then you might be on to something. I did hear that Deshaun Jones has been making a positive progression since his injury, rebounding. So hopefully that we don't see him back out there on the field. I think he's kind of showed his hand with who he is, but Cam Calhoun, it was unfortunate to get thrown out in the Iron Bowl game. I think if he doesn't get thrown out that game, we see him even the next week against Georgia in the SEC championship game. Not that the defense is struggling in that position anymore with Red getting primary snaps there, but I do think he can add to what you have as far as depth in the secondary. And in the playoffs, you don't want a chance of a guy being cold, not having any good field feel, and getting thrown into the fire in the playoffs.
Yeah. And my final thought, I just want to give a big shout out to DeMonte Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, he lost his position for a while. He came up against Georgia and played solid defense. He was coming up, making, in run support, making good tackles. And he was solid in pass, in the pass defense against Georgia also. So
100.
I thought that was very good of him, the way he played.
So, bro.
Being benched.
Hey, you absolutely right, man. And I will say this, regardless of how this team has played, the attitude and the energy on the bench. The first time I saw this team pouting was in the Georgia game. A little bit from Ty in the Auburn game towards the end, but definitely in the Georgia game we saw a little bit of bad body language, but it was warranted, man. I know that team came out and fought their hardest. We talk about all the injuries. That is not the impression that they want to leave going into the college football playoff. To me, it kind of works in our advantage because people are really downplaying what this team is, and they keep forgetting, like, this still is a talented roster. Everybody can have a drought. We've been able to win with all of the struggles that's presenting themselves. We've been able to win big games. Come on, man. And everybody was glorifying Georgia when they was doing it, but Alabama could do it. Oh, we struggle win. It's a win. If you can struggle win your way to the playoffs, those have been the teams that really have been giving the rest of the pool the problems. Those struggle teams that get in.
Hey, as we saw, Ohio State had to struggle once they finally played some competition.
Mm-hmm.
They against Texas and against Indiana, teams with similar talent or skill level, you're going to struggle sometimes.
Facts.
It ain't always about the Jimmys and Joes. Sometimes it's about the X and O's.
100%, my brother. 100%.
Man, you have a good one, man. And I appreciate you taking my call.
You too, brother. And Roll Tide, my guy. Y'all give it up for him in the chat, man. My guy, Big Folks. Closing out the call-in segment tonight, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight, y'all. It's been a great show. We're going to do our little infomercial transition, and we're going to get up out of here on the Coach Smook Network. Thank y'all for tapping in on the call-in show here on the Coach Smook Network. Let's go.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Yes, sir. Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight, man. Y'all done wore me out today. So I'm not even gonna tempt myself to get on this game and start a stream up and be up till 4:00 in the morning because we have a long day tomorrow. And I can't wait for y'all to be a part of it, man. Once again, we have an agenda now. We chasing a goal. Y'all are on this journey with me. We are literally 46 away from our next goal, man. 46 away from the magic 4K. Help us get there by hitting that subscribe button. It's absolutely free on the Coach Smook Network. We know that it's going to fluctuate. People are going to play around, try to, get our hopes up and let us hit the number and then unsubscribe. It is what it is. We've been through this a couple hundred times now. Every milestone, every couple hundred, we've celebrated. We didn't even get to celebrate 100, 200, 500 because when we got back over here, You know, we went from 237 subscribers to 1,000, over 1,000 in a matter of 2 days or 27 hours or something like that. Then we became a partner with YouTube, and we've been grinding ever since the organic way. Not one bought subscriber. We haven't went out and paid anybody to manage our page or none of that. Organic, learning the SEO, all of that, algorithm pushing, all that stuff. We've learned that, and we've went against the grain and staying consistent in what our niche is. And we are creating something special here with our community here at the Coach Smook Network. So I thank y'all for y'all support, man, 100%. And to all of our sponsors and partners, man, Walk-Ons, Yon, Urban Streetwear and Apparel, Man Extended Executive Security, we appreciate you. Every member of the AAA family, we greatly appreciate you 100%, man. That takes a lot for you to believe in this and to contribute the way you do. Don't forget, we have charitable donation opportunities with the network, donating to Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo at Coach Smook Network. That's where you can find us. That's our usernames, our handles on all three of those platforms. You can find us and donate. Make sure you leave a note. Let us know what you're donated for, and we greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And then also finally to our co-sponsors on the stream, man. Co-sponsors on the stream tonight. We appreciate on the stream for the month of December. When you donate, it automatically adds you. It doesn't matter if you donate 59 cents, if you donate $100. When you donate in that month, you get recognized. Miles Smith, Javoris Fuller, Pat, Mary J, Dougie Fresh, Deborah, Zach, Scully, Walter Roberts, Adrian, and Urban Essence. Did I call Urban Essence? I know she donated on one of these shows recently, so if we can get that updated. Urban Essence, and then there was somebody else. We had another guy come in. The name was known too. It was known. It was a known name, like the handle is like a phrase or something that's known on some other shows. I forget, y'all. But he came in on the chat earlier today in the earlier live stream and donated. So, and shout out once again, man. We gonna be I can't make the official announcement, but get used to seeing my new sister Chastity coming around, man. She's working in the recruiting aspect of things, not recruiting, but that's scouting high school and college talent. And y'all gonna see something special here in the next coming weeks. January 1st, we'll be making an official launch, and I'll be making I will be hinting at this announcement over the next few weeks, but we're going to be helping the high school recruits and doing our thing as far as evaluation, all of that stuff, scouting, getting on the road. Your boy's about to take the next step. Leap of Faith 2.0 is in action, and I appreciate y'all for being on this journey with me. Once again, I'm your boy Coach Smook here on the Coach Smook Network, and when you see me in the streets, holla at me.
Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm gonna leave y'all with one of these. Roll Tide, roll. Y'all be blessed. Enjoy the rest of y'all night.
Better go subscribe. You do roll with the tide. I'm down in the gun with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe.